Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Maths Pad, and today we're going to discuss some basic level linear equation questions. If you look at the first one, it says solve the equation n minus 8 over 2 equals to 11. If you remember our algebraic fractions equations, the goal is first to get rid of the fraction whenever we have fractions in any equation. So in order to get rid of the fraction, what we do is cross multiply in this case. So if we cross multiply, what will happen is we'll be multiplying 2 with 11. So it becomes n minus 8 equals to 22. And then we need to isolate n because we're trying to find the value of n. So what we can do is we can move negative 8 to the right-hand side. So when we move negative 8 to the right-hand side, what we'll be doing is we'll be adding 8 instead of subtracting. The reason why we're adding 8 now is because when we move a term from one side to the other side, its entire function changes. For example, if it's originally being added, on the other side, it gets subtracted. If it's originally being subtracted, then it gets added. Similarly, with multiplication and division, if it's being multiplied, it divides on the other side. And if it's being divided on the original side, it gets multiplied on the other side. So n equals to 30 is our answer. With question number 2, it says solve the equation. So once again, if we go back to our factorizing, expanding questions, if you remember when we have like variables and like constants on both sides and we're trying to find the value of the variable, first step is to collect like terms on each side. So if we look at the variables, 2x and 3x are like terms, whereas 5 and 19 are like terms. So keeping that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to collect the variables on one side and the constants on the other. So I'm going to take 3x to the other side, so negative 2x minus 3x. Since we took 3x to the left-hand side, so its sign became negative. Same goes for 5. Initially, it's positive, but on the right-hand side, it's going to be negative. So negative 2x minus 3x is negative 5x. Negative 19 minus 5 is negative 24. X would be negative 24 divided by negative 5. When you're dividing two negative terms, the result is positive. So 24 over 5 is our answer. If you want to convert it into mixed numbers, that's going to be 4 whole number, 4 over 5. Yeah. Then this is pretty much similar. Question 4. So in question 4, what's happening is we're using two things. We're expanding brackets like we've done before, and we're collecting like terms as well. So I'm going to begin with expanding the brackets, which means 5 is going to get multiplied with 2y and with negative 17. So 5 times 2y plus 5 times negative 17 equals to 60. 5 times 2y is 10y. 5 times negative 17 is going to be negative 85 equals to 60. We're going to take the negative 85 to the right-hand side because once again, we're collecting like terms. And since it's negative initially, on the other side, it's going to be positive. So 60 plus 85, 145. Y equals to 145 divided by 10, which is basically 14.5. Also similar. Question 6. Question 6 is the cost of a cup of tea is t cents. The cost of a cup of coffee is t plus 5 cents. The total cost of 7 cups of tea and 11 cups of coffee is 2,215 cents. Find the cost of 1 cup of tea. So this is like a word problem with algebra. So first thing first, the cost of a cup of tea is T cents. So let's write this information down. Tea is T. For coffee, it's T plus 5. The total cost of 7 cups and 7 cups of tea and 11 cups of coffee adds up to this. So that means 7 times T plus 11 times T plus 5 equals to 2,250. Expand the bracket 7T plus 11T plus 55. Collect the like terms. So since the constant is on the right hand side, we're going to take the 55 to the right hand side. And which will give us 2160, and T would be 2160 divided by 18, which is basically 120. So this 120 is the cost of 1 cup of tea, and that is our answer, 120 cents. Look at question number 7. In question 7, it says solve the equation. So if you can look at the question, we are incorporating like 3 concepts over here. Expanding brackets, solving algebraic fractions, and collecting like terms. So we're going to begin with expanding brackets first. I'm going to multiply 3 with y and negative 4. So 3 times y plus 3 times negative 4 plus y over 2 equals to 9. 3y minus 12 plus y over 2 equals to 9. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the negative 12 to the other side and combine the like terms. So negative 12 becomes positive 12 over here. So 3y plus y over 2 equals to 21. Now, next what I'm going to do is we have a fraction on the left-hand side. So in order to get rid of the fraction, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the entire equation by 2. So when you multiply the entire equation by 2, what happens that it's 2 times 3y plus 2 times y over 2 equals to 2 times 21. Now the reason why I multiplied the entire equation by 2 is because we can't just randomly multiply 1 over 2 by 2 to get rid of the fraction. 2 is a new term that is being introduced in this equation, so it needs to be multiplied to every single term. It can't be just multiplied to just one term. So keeping that in mind, 2 gets multiplied with the entire thing. 2 times 3y is 6y. 2 times y over 2 is y. And 2 times 21 is 42. 6y plus y is 7y. And y equals to 42 divided by 7, which is 6. If you have any questions about any of these questions or concepts, let me know in the comments below.